So welcome to the Seth Camp in Computational and Data Science. We are really happy to have you join us in this camp. So let me first tell you what we are trying to do in this camp. So what we firmly believe, is that computational and data science is something that you should not ignore, something that it's best to know, something which is going to be useful for the rest of your life. And we want you to get some experience with it so that you can judge for yourself. Now, let me give you an analogy here, right? So I used to live in Rhode Island, and every winter, would start breaking down on the highway, and people would park their car, and then they would go outside their cars, they would open the hood, and they would look at the engine, and there would be smoke going on, and they would not know anything about how to fix it, right? So they would just look at this for 5 minutes, and then, then they would just call AAA. And we don't want you to be like that for computational and data science. This is such an amazing tool, such something that can make such a difference in your life that we want you to understand the basis. It's going to be a force in your life. Whether you decide to be a data scientist or a computational scientist, or whether you want to be a social scientist, a biologist, a physicist, an urban planner, whatever you decide it to be, this technology is going to become so pervasive that you want to understand it and be capable of using it. Now, you don't have to take my word for it. Data scientist has been considered the hottest job on the market since 2016. It has been ranked first in the 50 best job in America in 2017. The Harvard Business Review even said that this was the sexiest job of the 21st century. Now, don't ask me what is a sexy job, but obviously they think that this is, interesting. So I'm not going to define for you what a data scientist is in this particular video. You will have all the camp to learn it. So some people may think that this is Tom Cruise in Minority Report or Russell Crowe in The Beautiful Mind. Somebody at the end say something using sophisticated math, gradient descents and things like this. So you will discover it in this camp, one step at a time. But what I can tell you is that this is a technology which is changing the world in fundamental fashion. It's changing the city, it's bringing new mobility system for people. It's also changing the environment, generating electricity, not with fossil fuels, but with renewable sources of energy, solar and wind energy. This is something that is changing healthcare, using progress in computational biology to open the way to personalized medicine. This is something that helps us understand the world, discovering new solar systems out there. It's also something that allows us to filter the massive information coming from space, so large that we cannot even store it. This is also something that is fundamentally changing social science. The fact that we have now this humongous social network have given social scientists a way to try to understand people at scales that were not possible before. Now, this is all the changes that can happen, but you may wonder, what is powering that revolution? And what I'm going to tell you is something extremely simple. This is data. We are accumulating data at this point at a scale and at a speed which is completely unprecedented. And the role of a data and a computational scientist is to transform this data into information, into knowledge, into insights, and ultimately into making better decisions. Now, what we want in this camp is to give you the opportunity to be part of that fundamental transformation, this complete revolution in technology. And so what we want to make you Snap. Snap is a programming language, a visual programming language, which is like computer science without the mess. You can actually learn the main concept of computing in a very friendly environment. You're going to learn about Karel the Robot, and you're going to learn about her world, the way she can pick up beepers, move around, and so on. You're going to learn about recursion, which is probably the most amazing concept in computing. This is also the basis of the movie Inception. You're going to learn to solve Sudoku. Isn't that amazing? You will be able at the end of this camp to actually program some small instances of Sudoku. You're going to learn about computational social science and how to do sentiment analysis. What you see on this screen is a sentiment analysis program to find out what people feel during Hurricane Irene. Yellow means good, red means really worried, and you can see the mood of people changing as the hurricane is moving. You're going to learn about computational biology, the core towards personalized medicine. You're going to learn to align different sequences of DNAs. You're also going to learn about medical diagnosis. You're going to learn about decision trees for making decisions, using machine learning to make predictions. But I have to warn you. That when you are learning this, it's not, it's going to be an interesting challenge. So it's not going to be Yoda teaching Skywalker in a friendly environment. So that's not what the camp is going to be about. The camp is more going to look like this. It's going to be painful at first. You're going to take this concept, this new concept, and you will have to apply them to solve interesting problems. And it will be frustrating at times. But when you will get it, the reward is going to be something which is amazing, which is one of the best human experiences that you can have. So I love this quote from Goethe, which is saying everything is hard before it becomes easy. And this is really true about computational and data science. At the beginning, you're trying to put this concept into practice, and it's challenging. But the more you practice, the better you get at it. And then the more satisfactions you get out of it. So this is how the camp is going to be structured. You're going to start with the video lectures. We'll teach you the main concept. Think Yoda and Skywalker. Hopefully it's not going to be too painful. But then you will have the labs. You're going to take this assignment, this project, which are basically putting the concepts into practice. This is the suffering part of the camp, at least initially. But you're going to see they are enjoyable, especially when you find finally the right way to solve the problem. It's going to be really nice. You're going to feel so free afterwards. It's amazing, right? But there will be challenging bumps along the roads. The course structure itself is going to start by introductory concept. We're going to start easy, right? Karel the Robot, basic concept in a very friendly environment. And then we'll move to more and more complex concept, recursion, function, matrices, and so on. And then what we're going to do is we're going to move to other disciplines in science and engineering. We're going to look at social science. We're going to look at optimization, machine learning, computational biology. And so the first part, the intro to concept, are basically introducing you to fundamental concept in computer science. You need to understand those to do more complicated things. And then we'll move to the discipline, and we'll introduce these disciplines in a very friendly fashion. Only the concepts that you need. And then we'll show you how to apply sophisticated problem-solving technique for solving some interesting problems inside those disciplines. So this is going to be pretty cool. At least that's what we think. Now, the rules of the games are very, very simple. There is essentially only one. And that one is be engaged. So you have to watch the video, not only watch the video, but be very proactive about the project, trying to solve them, asking us questions if you want to, but be engaged. Try to actually understand the concept and put them in practice. Now, I love this quote. By Mother Teresa, which says, "Life is a game and you have to play it." Now, the Seth Camp is a game. We give you the rules of the game, and your role is to play the game and win the game. It's man against machine, and you always win. All right, so this is the camp. This is what we're going to do. Are you ready? Are you ready to join us? This is the Seth Camp in computational and data science.